Just want to talk about a little bit of the gang-stalking vandalism. This is a tactic, like, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the real targets. I'm not just saying that because I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about other people I observed as well, that this stuff does happen, okay? And it's a major role in your targeting. It's the vandalism. And I'm going to go over why, what they do, give you some fucking real-life examples, all that shit, okay? So anybody familiar with my channel, which is probably very few. I'm talking about all the way back to 2021, the original Conspiracy Underground channel. You would know that in the beginning of my targeting, like, I got pretty much the whole deal with the directed energy, the perp neighbors, the following, the synchronicities. But the real trouble that I ran into was car problems, okay? And the real most intimidating factor in the beginning was the vandalism. And I'm running low on data on my phone, so it might be choppy. I paid for this like bridge pay where you don't have money for your bill, but you extend it by week, so they only give you a gigabyte of data, which I'm running low on. So hopefully my voice sounds clear. So first thing that happened, I didn't even attribute to gang stalking. Okay, I had a white Chevy Cobalt that had a bad radiator. So I fixed it for like $2,000. Like, they overcharged me. They fixed something else. So it was well above what it was supposed to be because the radiator is like 800, $700. And I had to get an oil cap like on top of my filter, which was cross threaded. Like, you can like get that replaced, which is like literally nothing. $100 sounds like a lot for that, right? So I got charged like $1,900, and I don't attribute that to gang stalking. That car had issues before. It was like leaking coolant or whatever. So stuff like that happens. Now, that Cobalt, I fixed the radiator. Now, every time when I move to this new apartment, every time I go to a red light, my car starts overheating. So I sold that car. So this is when I start getting into the gang stalking territories. Like, I just fixed this fucking radiator. Okay, like, that's just, stuff like that doesn't fucking generally happen, but it could possibly. So cool, we'll put that away. No vandalism at all. So I use my credit card and I buy a Cadillac for $5,000. It was like $4,500 because I had no other choice. I didn't have it was like the closest available place. It was this reputable like charity church service that gets affordable cars to people that don't have a lot of money. So they make sure the car is working perfectly. They have an on-site mechanic, on-site garage. So I buy this Cadillac. It's a nice fucking decent gold 2005. 2005. Cadillacs look newer than they actually like the year say, because they're like kind of a little bit of a luxury vehicle. So what was it? Was it the CTS? No, what was it exactly? I want to say DTS. Like, I didn't even have that car long enough to even fucking remember exactly the model. But it's a nice Cadillac. Now, first thing that goes is the fucking first thing that happens, because this is about vandalism, that I notice is like there's these little scratches on the driver's side door. Okay, and I don't jump into gang stalking for a while. I'm like, I don't remember these scratches. Then there's like a little chrome outline over the window, and that had like scratches that someone looked like they scribbled with either a knife or some type of sharp object. And I'm like, come on, that wasn't even there. It's fucking chrome. Like, come on, someone, like, the only explanation is someone got like a little nail or something and just like scribbled shit on it, right? These little like engraved things into chrome. So that was the first time I got vandalism. That had to be in February of 2021. Okay. So to you, that doesn't sound like a big deal. It's like, oh yeah, cars get scratched all the time. So the next thing that fucking happens, I fix the alternator on that car, get a new alternator. Then it starts doing that radiator shit. So now I'm at the point, I'm like, all right, now someone's fucking with my radiator. This is a second car in a course of a month where every time I go to a red light, the car fucking overheats. Like, just imagine sitting at a red light, your car shuts down, it's overheating. And I don't know much about cars at the time. I don't know if my car is going to explode or what, catch on fire. I don't fucking know, dude. So every time I'm moving, the fan kicks on and it cools it at just enough for you to drive. But if you're at a red light for too long, you stall out and your car gets stuck. So that happened with the Cadillac. Now, with the scratching, first there was a couple key scratch. So you have like, just imagine you have a newer car. You just bought like a used car. It's nice. It has nothing wrong with it on the body, paint, or anything. You come out to a little bit of scratches on your door and you're like, maybe that was already there and I didn't pay attention. Then the next day you come out and there's more scratches. And then there's scratches on the passenger door. And then they fucking strip the paint off of your bumper somehow. They strip like blotches of paint off of your tan Cadillac bumper. And then and that's not it, man. This stuff is still going on. I'll show you right now what these people did. So I'm renting a car. And every time I rent a car, I do an examination of the car just for the sole purpose of A, I don't want to pay for anything. And B, I want to make sure I'm not being vandalized. So I'm gonna fucking show you exactly what they did. Okay? They came back. Find that spot. Where did they? When I first got this car, it was in fucking. Now there's some stuff on the bumper because this is a rental car, and of course this is a nicer car. It's a Camaro, and that's the only car they had. That's why I get it. I usually try to get like the most gas efficient car because I'm doing DoorDash. So it's like this car was in perfect condition, and then it's in perfect condition for 2 days, and I park it away from my house a little bit, and then they put fucking scrapes on the bottom of it to make it seem like I did it. You know what I'm saying? It's always this. That's why I showed you that. It's strategic. It's never a brick through your window. It's never, when an ex-girlfriend keys your car. It's this tic-tac vandalism that just fucking doesn't stop. It hasn't stopped in 4 years, people. Like, these people destroy my laptop. They destroy my Xbox controllers. And I don't know how they're doing this shit. They've destroyed 2 jump starters, DeWalt jump starters that just won't charge anymore. They won't hold their charge. They vandalized socks. They vandalized clothes. Like, dude, this shit is I won't say it's nonstop. It does stop, but I want to go over this shit because this is a huge role in your targeting. If you don't get any of that fucking, like, let's go over, if you don't get any of that, like, you're full of shit. I'm sorry. If that's never happened to you and you're claiming to be a TI for multiple years, like, what are you complaining about? Really? Some people synchronizing with you? Some people following you in cars? Like, come the fuck on, man. But imagine if this was my car. Just imagine you just bought a brand new Camaro. Within a week, there'll be like I just showed you. Then next week, there'll be some other shit on the other side and this and that. If anyone's ever owned a car here, dude, especially if it's new, like they remain new until you fucking wreck them. Like, technology's pretty amazing. Like these people are getting better and better with building cars, dude. They're not like these fragile things that you park and then there's key scratches. Oh, that's just natural. That's the whole game of the vandalism. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not complaining, but this is important because all the real targets that I've heard of have spoken on this at least once. Even people like Young Steel. Why do you think Young Steel, I don't know if he's real or fake, but why do you think he's so worried about bringing all his items and bringing his Jordans with him in a book bag everywhere you go? It's because he went through the same thing as me and he's just going overboard. He's just being over dramatic with it, but this is stuff I thought about. I was like, dude, do I have to carry like all my shoes with me? Like, there's people that are fucking into the frequency of their vandalism. It's like, bro, I take care of my shit, man. Like, I'm one of these people. Like, my room's always clean. I'm not perfect. My room's always clean. Like, things I own don't get damaged. Like, every phone, I can't actually say that because I actually did break a phone once. But if I have a phone for a long time, I got the phone case on it. I got the screen protector. And I can, when I'm done using this phone, after 4 or 5 years, that phone looks brand fucking new. Like, that's how I take care of shit, dude. I'm not sloppy. I'm not just making shit up. But these people out here, man, they fucking, you're on a target list and their job is to make your life a living hell. So they're going to destroy your property, dude. Like, I believe that the society is in on this. That's my opinion. I absolutely believe society is in on this against the target, but it's not everyone's a gang stalker. But this shit doesn't work unless society is in on it. And guys, this is why they do that vandalism. So that little scratch, well, it's not a little scratch. I mean, if this was my car, I'd be kind of pissed about that. But that scratch, you see that scratch and you're like, oh, either he did it himself because it's on the bottom of the car. Like, that's how strategically they plan shit here, people. He did it himself, or he's freaking out because there's one little scratch on his car. He's dangerous. See, look, he's getting mad over a scratch on his car. It's like, dude, they've done this to every car rental except for one. Except for, I swear to God, except for fucking one, for some reason, they didn't do it. So let me give you an example. So, like, I've been renting cars for a year and a half. So you can imagine I'm switching cars out probably every week or so. So I probably rented around 20, 30 cars, and they've done it to every car. So I moved out the apartment. I started going into the hotel. So I'm hotel hopping at this time. And this is how the vandalism works, people. Like, listen, I'm at the Super 8 Motel. I'm in a Chevy Malibu 2023 blue. Okay. I'm at the Super 8 Motel. First night, I park in front of my hotel because there's parking. Now, the next night, I had to park on the side of the hotel under a camera. And, I'm followed by a drone. That's just non-negotiable with me. Like, no one can convince me otherwise. So as soon as these people know that I was parked away from my fucking hotel room door, these people put like some type of airplane glue all over my car, like blots of like some type of industrial glue. And I know it wasn't there before because when I touched it, it was still soft. So it was there for a few hours. Glue takes a couple hours to dry. Then the next day, I have the same car and that shit's fucking rock hard. And then I try to take it off and it's like ripping paint off of the car. So like the whole point I'm trying to get at, like, you get charged money if your car is damaged. Like, that's the whole point. Like, and it's not like, oh, they tried to do it once or twice and then they got bored. Like, dude, they're consistently doing it. I've moved different locations. I've been to different states. I went from North Carolina to visit my parents in Pennsylvania for Christmas, and these people vandalized my car in Pennsylvania. Okay, like the inside of it. They burnt cigarette holes in the seat and they scratched up the this thing right here. They would scratch all the chrome up and then they burnt cigarette holes. And I have the video up on my fucking channel where they tried to charge me. And I don't know what I did, whether I had to lie and say the car was always like that to not get charged because I'm fighting a fucking, what am I going to say? I'm being gang stalked or just eat it on the chin? No, any way I can get fucking ahead during this situation, I'm going to do that. So I fucking said the car came like that and I luckily got it reversed. Okay. But I showed you the fucking charge. I showed you the damage to the car. They did inside and out, ripped the paint off, just like this white car. They have specific vandalism techniques is what I want to talk about. Because when you're hearing me talk, you're like, oh, people come in, they swing a hammer at your TV screen. They come with a key and just key you up. No, these are professionals, dude. They have a manual. They have a fucking handbook of how to do this shit. Like, they have specialized tools to do the vandalism. Like, instead of using a key or a nail or something, like, they have this big graty metal grate type of thing. I don't know how to explain, like a meat tenderizer texture. So it's like a sandpaper heavy metal object that leaves like multiple congruent lines, like let's say like 20, 30 lines, like I don't know, like if let's say you have a piece of metal and you rub another piece of metal on it that has like sharp little triangles on it all over it, like a meat tenderizer, it's gonna leave a specific type of scratch. See, like I'm a fucking vandalism detective. I know more about vandalism now because of this than anybody. Okay, so I want to also talk about something down the line and later down this live stream of maybe it's not actual people doing the vandalism. Because the reason why I say that, people, is not to sound crazy, not to make discredit or anything, but the frequency of the vandalism, the tic-tac tackiness of it, it just doesn't make logical sense why you would waste your fucking time and resources. And I understand when I explain it, it doesn't sound like it makes sense. It sounds like I'm just making shit up or I have a mental illness. So we'll talk about that in a little bit later. But I just want to go over the vandalism. So we'll go over timeline vandalism, man. So one of the things, it's not all cars too. So in the beginning of my target in 2021, imagine you're getting keyed, your car's getting keyed, you got a neighbor synchronizing with you every time you walk out your door, who later dies of natural causes or something. You have someone breaking into my house, and I've shown this picture. And of course, I don't know if they actually broke it. I'm just assuming, everything I'm assuming is like based on reality. It's not like, oh, they're wearing invisibility cloaks and they're doing this. No, I'm going to go off people are doing it, right? So presumably someone came into my fucking house, which I proved. I had a microwave cart that was made of wood, and they came in with a torch and they left like an 8-inch blowtorch mark. Like, dude, just think of the logic of how that could happen. Like, there's a lot of these parents, oh, well, it could have always been like that. Or, well, maybe the light fixture fell and it burnt and then it repaired itself. And like, there's all these explanations. The explanation that makes sense is someone came in my fucking house with a blowtorch. Okay. So you have that going on. Now, I've talked about this. Now, this sounds petty. It sounds stupid. I understand. I went to Burlington Coat Factory and they have good prices on socks. So you can get Nike socks, whatever type of socks you want, right at the checkout. All I did was buy $10 pack of Ralph Lauren polo socks, ankle socks, man. Nice socks. Those white, gray, black socks that I would have to this day, because socks, this sounds stupid talking about socks, but socks don't just fucking deteriorate. You might lose them in the laundry, but they don't go through what I'm about to explain. So I got these nice socks. I'm the type of person, I'm like, I'm gonna wear these 2 socks out of the 6-pack, and then later down the line, I'll wear the other 2 to keep them fresh. Cause like I take good care of myself, my stuff. I grew up poor, so I pretty much had to. You can't just be poor and then break all your stuff and then never get new stuff. You learn how to take care of it. So first, one pair has a hole in it, right? And I didn't jump to gang stalking. I was like, maybe when I ripped the socks apart, like there was a hole or something. I don't know. Like that happens. There's a hole in the sock, whatever. So I put that away. I start wearing the other socks. The other socks have the same hole. Now these holes look like they were done with like a knife or something. They're like big holes that just make your socks look ugly. They're not on the bottom, where your feet are. Just, I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, dude, these people ran, like, dog, they put holes in the socks, right? And these socks were brand new. I'm not saying socks that went through the laundry. Socks I've never fucking worn before. Brand new. And I'm not being petty. I'm just explaining how petty they are. Okay? So they run through those socks, dude. And like, when I moved to my next apartment, like I threw a couple of them away. I was wearing them for a little bit. There was like a gray pair that didn't get messed with. Like it was one pair out of the 6. And I had a black pair, and they would just like steal the black pair. Like I would have half of the gray pair and then half the black. Like, dude, they had it out. They had it a hit for my socks, bro. That's how fucking petty this program. They had like a hit, like a hitman attacking my fucking sock drawer. So again, It's $10. I don't give a fuck. But it's a simple fact of like, this is the psychological stuff going on, people. This is all psychological stuff. They're studying you. It's the simple fact you're teaching me like I'm not allowed to have anything fucking nice. That's what they were teaching me. I mean, at the same time they were destroying my socks, dude. I came home, my internet router is down, my wireless hair clippers that my brother got me for Christmas that were like $40, $50 hair clippers that were really good stopped working. Like they wouldn't charge. My jump starter that had an air pump compressor, DeWalt jump starter, wouldn't charge. What else happened? There was probably something else that happened too. But dude, that was all the same day. Like you come home and all of your shit's like that. Okay. And I'll be honest, I bought a couple pair of sneakers and like they haven't fucked with the sneakers. So I'm not trying to exaggerate. The vandalism with like the clothing, that was like the first, when you get hit in the beginning, that's what happens. Like they hit you from all angles. Like I said, I was getting directed energy. Okay. I was waking up with burn marks on my fucking arms that were like light little dark circles and having all types of shit happen in the very fucking beginning. It doesn't really happen anymore. So I think they hit you with the kitchen sink in the beginning. I think they hit you with everything when you're new to targeting to try to get you either locked up, you know. Again, I don't like because the stuff I talk about and the stuff I explain sounds fucking crazy. And even for like an FBI agent, it's well more advanced than FBI and stuff like that. But it is real and it is people. Like that's what I will say. It's absolutely fucking people doing this shit. So yeah, man, they'll go inside your car, start tearing things up. The point of the vandalism is if you call the police, and I don't know if they're involved or not. If you call them, they like kind of look at you like, "What's the big fucking deal?" And you're like, "Fucking, this has happened 100 times," and you're mad. And that's what the type of vandalism they do. They never do anything overt. They're never gonna sit there and just like fucking throw a brick through your window or anything because that's an actual felony. It has to be sneaky. Okay. So they honestly think that I think they think TIs are fucking like schizophrenics. That's how this program acts with these type of tactics. Like they just think, oh, we're the normal people, you're the schizophrenics, you're gonna flip out and blah 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 blah, and we're just gonna do all this weird shit. Doesn't matter how weird it is, because you're schizophrenic and you're gonna go into this situation where we got you by the chin hairs here. Like that's what they're doing basically. So the clothing for me isn't that bad. There's people that get the worst clothing. Now, the funny thing about the clothing, if anyone remembers Young Steel in 2021, like he was a real popular channel and he would show like the same type of vandalism I'm talking about, little things like his laptop being broken. That happened to me. His like everything, dude, he's a real TI, I think. I think these people are real, but their targeting gets less and less and they just like keep talking about the subject. So, oh yeah, I forgot about the laptop and I forgot about the poster and I forgot about like people throwing cockroaches and hair and dirt in my fucking fridge. So if you don't understand by now, the whole point of the vandalism is to let you know, like, you're a slave in this community. Like everyone else is allowed to have a car, but you're not. Everyone else is allowed to have socks, but you're not. And they want to brainwash you that everybody in the public's doing it because they think you're schizophrenic. So you think like everyone's like fucking breaking into your house that's in your fucking apartment complex or something, right? So let's start with the poster. So I had a Miami Heat poster and I had a Tampa Bay Buccaneers football poster. And I bought the plastic cover picture frame at Walmart. It was cheap, you know, $10 or something like that. And like, if you really just looked at my apartment, it was a couch, a TV, an entertainment stand for the TV, my two posters, my bed. That's pretty much it, right? Like it was just something, a couple pictures and stuff. They defaced all those pictures, dude. Like I have a picture of Ace of Spades, cool ass picture. Because when I buy something like that, it's like on sale and it's cool or whatever. I'm not a big interior design type of person. So they put some type of big blue mark on it. I don't know how they did that. I had a Miami Heat poster that they were incremental. And keep in mind, people, this vandalism is incremental. It's not like they come in, it's a one and done. They'll come in and work on the same vandalism over and over. Like they'll target a specific item and just come, like they'll come over the course of 3 months, like 4 times to your house to vandalize it. I'm just guessing. So I had a Miami Heat poster. First, there's like a couple little scratches and shit. And you got to keep in mind, it's a poster on the wall. So what is scratching that if it's not you? Oh, is this someone else? Yeah, I think that's what it is, right? So that's the first thing. A couple little scratches. Then it looks like they got like some type of sandpaper and did some shit with that. And it's not a big deal. I'm not complaining. It's not about the money. I can buy another plastic poster cover at Walmart. It's the simple fact of like, you're not allowed to fucking own anything. Like that's the whole point of the vandalism. Is to make you go out on a mass SHOO and I'm not allowed to have anything. And then one big thing happens, you remember all the little things and you go fucking crazy. So the next was the laptop. I had this laptop. Again, I don't spend a lot of money on shit. I appreciate things. You know, we live in a great time if you're not being targeted where you can buy like a bunch of neat shit and not spend a bunch of money. And if you're smart with what you buy, you have like a good life. Like you got all the little gadgets, all this and that. But instead of buying the $4,000 TV, you bought the $700 TV, and then you bought all the little gadgets for the house and things like that. So I bought a fucking laptop for what, $190. It was a great laptop. I was editing videos, and that's why I have been unable to edit videos for what, a year and a half, 2 years. So on top of that laptop being hacked, and I was editing good videos. We had someone, I'm not going to mention, asking how I edit videos, and then right after that, immediately the codecs for the video maker fails, where I can't edit videos anymore, like gangstalking videos, and I was doing real good with that fucking computer compared to my videos now. But let's talk about the vandalism. So I have a fucking gray mini netbook laptop, $190, works great. It's gonna last forever if you're not targeted. My experience, that's how my electronics work. Even if I have a cheap phone, dude, I take such good care of it. 10 years from now, you take off the case and everything, you wipe it down, it looks like a fucking brand new phone out the box. So the first thing that started happening is like these little scratches. And again, I always do benefit of the doubt. I always do benefit of the doubt. Scratches, oh, maybe I did that. Then they started putting little acid marks. That's how I'm going to describe it. Some type of corrosive liquid that would leave little burn hole little things on the plastic top of the laptop. And again, what's the logical explanation for that? There's all these fucking idiots that will come online and just discredit what you're saying. But what is the logical explanation for that? Because I have the laptop. I could show you pictures of it. There's no logical scientific explanation besides someone came in your house and did that for all these vandalism things. It's not, a little bit of water damage or a little bit of this, or when you were home, the ceiling concaved and a pipe burst and that's why it's burnt. No. You leave things perfectly alone. You go out your way to take care of shit and that shit fucking breaks. But whatever. I'm still using it. It still works fine. One day I come home, my laptop is split open from the seams. Literally split the fuck open, dude. Like, can anyone explain that to me? What? Did my cat do that too? What? Is he splitting open my laptop? Split the fuck open. And this is the thing about the vandalism. Like, it says I have 0 viewers. Like, everyone's tuning out of my fucking live stream because they think like they're acting like I'm bitching and complaining. When I hear people complain about shit all the fucking time that has nothing to do with fucking anything, the little minuscule preventable shit. Like, dude, everything I fucking bought has been vandalized, and there's no explanation, there's no investigation, there's no answers, and I'm the fucking bad guy when I go out and start hurting people. Don't you understand how that works? Like, that's fucking easy to get someone riled up over years of that shit, brainwashing them that they can't fucking own anything. And just because I buy something, it doesn't get fucked with immediately, doesn't mean I'm allowed to own stuff. It's based on that person's fucking, whoever's doing it, what they want to do. Fucking hate drivers, dude. I'm driving right now. I was in that situation, you know, you're making a left turn, you can't see because the guy's in front of you, and they try to lead you into like a fucking car accident, like cut someone off and make the left turn while the oncoming traffic is coming the opposite direction. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't even like talking about this. Like, there's a reason why I avoid talking about it. Yeah, it's kind of fucking boring. I get it. I'm talking about like laptops and things getting scratched, dude. But it's like no one has any explanation for it, though. Like, no one else has an explanation. Everyone else on the fucking planet can own a laptop or have a poster on the wall and it not get destroyed. And dude, it's just systematic. It'll stop, but it's like you remember all the old shit too. So it'll temporarily stop, but you remember that. And it's not about the money. Like the money, because like I said, I'm smart with money. So like, yeah, you're gonna fuck my shit up. I'm buying the cheapest shit possible. I'm never buying anything expensive. I don't need to. I never was like that anyway. Like, I'm the type of person, I'll go to like Burlington Coat Factory and look flyer than fucking drug dealers shopping at the malls because they don't have any swag. You know what I'm saying? Like, so money is not really a fucking issue. I'm willing to drive older cars. I have the cheapest phone plan you can fucking get because I barely use the phone. You know, I do more live streaming than talking on the phone and texting. So you don't need a lot of technology for that. So you do everything to fucking be as frugal as possible, save as much money as possible, and fucking they just try to stop you. And it's not police doing it, it's society. Like, I do think police, I think it's the sheriff when I really research and investigate. Gosh, we got some dumb fucking drivers out right now. I think it's the sheriff. They have a secret terrorist program or something going on with the sheriff because in Pennsylvania, where I lived at, we didn't even have a sheriff. We had a county, we had the city cops, the county cops, and the state troopers. So my targeting was never really that bad in Pennsylvania. Like, it started there, but it's like when you talk about just the overwhelming perp activity, man, it's definitely from North Carolina, and it's definitely from posting on YouTube. So another thing they'll do is like you'll post shit on YouTube, like let's say you're and they have, this hasn't happened to me, but I'm just assuming, but they'll like see something in your video and vandalize it too. I feel like if you're a TI, you're posting this, you have this nice thing in the background, like they'll vandalize it. But that shit is real. Like, you come home and it's like the only explanation is someone fucked your shit up and they want you to know it. Like, Young Steel talked about they ripped Bible pages out. We have TIs talk about shit like that. Hey, we don't know who's doing it, but someone did it. It's not something that's tic-tac. Like, oh, I came home and my Xbox won't turn on. That must have been a gang stalker. But again, this is why they do that, because you're going to start, like, just like any other TI, accusing stuff that's not gang stalking of gang stalking. And you're going to explain it to your family members. And it just sounds fucking unbelievable. It really does. It sounds more unbelievable than anything. So it's automatic, makes you look like a mentally ill person, and it's automatic, it gets people to fucking hate you. That's why there's people tuning out of my live stream right now, because, hey, I get it. I'm talking about scratches on shoes and fucking the bottom of my car and shit. Oh, well, he's stupid. He just did that himself. But it's like, bro, I didn't. Because if I scratched the bottom of my car, I would fucking remember it. B, I took pictures. I have the pictures of this car. There's no scratches on it besides the back bumper had some on it. And I took a picture of it so I know it's not perps. That's what I do. I walk around the car and I take pictures of anything that's prior to my rental that's damaged, and I'll document that. Okay? Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I'm just saying, it's a weird phenomenon where if I park a car, it could be any car. And I'm talking about I rent cars, I switch states, I go to different hotels. They know exactly what car I'm driving and they vandalize. It's a message. It's more of a message than anything. So these people that are running this shit are definitely trained in psychological warfare. That's exactly what it is. And I'm not trying to knock other TIs, but if I'm listening to you talk for 3-4 years and you don't even mention one form of vandalism or another, and you fucking obfuscate from real testimony, and like you're like, dude, you're not being gangsta. People like Gangstalking Dr. De Facto has talked about vandalism. Why the fuck wouldn't they vandalize something though? That's what I don't understand. Why wouldn't they? Be one of the very first techniques I would use if I was fucking with someone, no touch torture. It just doesn't make fucking sense. We have these people that automatically, oh, well, if they're not stealing, then it's not happening because people only steal. They can't have any other intention besides stealing your property for a profit because they're thieves. But I'm fucking sitting here telling you all the stuff that's going on. Hey, am I wrong about certain things? Have I exaggerated because in the heat of the moment or something like that? Yeah. This isn't National Geographic. This is a regular person talking about what the fuck is going on in his life, willing to show you evidence, unlike these other people. Okay? Like, even someone like Absent-Minded Abe said in the beginning, someone came in his house and trampled all his groceries, and it was the last groceries he had for the last money that his mom let him borrow, and he's taking a shit, and someone ran in and trampled. That sounds fucking insane, but that's exactly what they do. That's exactly what could happen. You don't think I think that sounds fucking crazy? But no, dude, that's exactly when you wouldn't think that's crazy if you've been through it. Like, I haven't gotten anything when I'm home and someone breaking into my house. Even though Strongest Boss always brings up that maintenance man, which I said he had a fucking key to my house. Like, what the fuck? I just said I didn't hear him knock. So that wasn't gang stalking. It was just rude. Just walked into my fucking house. He had every right to do so. He's, oh, you said he broke in on you. You said he did this. I didn't say anything. You're a liar. You lie all the time. This stuff is so crazy. This is all to manufacture random violence, covertly mess with random people until they have enough and lash out. Then I am the problem. Exactly. I had that realization. Thanks for saying that. I had that realization today. I figured out what happened, but it's like, dude, I just had my fucking tax return stolen. And that money was gonna guarantee buy me a fucking car. Like, dude, I'm just fucking tired of explaining this shit sometimes, man. Like, I do have to vent this vandalism shit out because it is important. I don't hear anybody fucking talking about it. Hey, and I'll be honest, it does die down. My car vandalism is just like off the charts. It's like, dude, they don't give a fuck. They just destroying all my fucking cars, dude, systematically. That's the whole thing we gotta understand. It's not like, oh, like, dude, that remember the scratch I showed you in the beginning? That scratch wasn't even that bad yesterday. They just keep adding to it. That's part of their strategy. They add to the certain section to make it look like some natural shit, and it just devalues your car, devalues your life over time. Like, bro, that scratch wasn't even that fucking bad yesterday. It was similar, but they added on more to the scratch that they did. Like, and I might be wrong. It sounds fucking crazy, but I do believe they are sending like little splinter cell teams of vandals. And who are these vandals? I'll tell you exactly who these vandals are and who they would use to do this shit. Because a normal person ain't doing this, but you know who fucking would? A teenager, a fucking kid. I believe the program and the sheriff's department fucking hire kids to do this shit, dude. And well before my targeting, right? When it was like 2018 or 19, at that time I had multiple vehicles. I had a Chevy Caprice van that I bought. All these cars I bought for like $1,000. So I have no problem buying fucking cars, dude. I had 3 or 4 cars at one time. They're all shitty cars, but I had them, right? So I have this Chevy van, which was gonna break down. I park it in this like little section of my neighborhood, my parents' house. It's a little parking like little lot thing. And there's these 4 black kids, and these kids were troubled black kids. Like, there's good black kids and they're bad black kids. These kids were trouble, you could tell. Okay, so they're doing stuff. I think I seen one of them throw the ball at my car one time, just on purpose. But these kids were like fucking 6 years old, 7 years old. Another time, I seen them crawling under my Chevy Caprice van. Is it Caprice? I don't think it's Caprice. It's Chevy something. Starts with a C. But they were like fucking around, like 3 or 4 of them. They're under my fucking car. They were like doing something to the tire. You know what I'm saying? So who's doing this shit? I think it's kids. Because think about it this way. You're a little tiny dick sheriff. You're a little tiny dick fucking white guy with a pink nose, fucking wearing sunglasses and sunscreen. You don't want to get your fucking hands dirty. You get some fucking criminals, kids to do it. It makes perfect fucking sense. If the kids get caught, first of all, you'll be attacking a kid and you go to jail. So automatically. Second of all, it's a kid. Oh, we don't know why that kid did that to your car. Yeah, I guess he's just a bad seed. Uh-oh. So I think it's kids doing this shit, man. I think they give your keys out to fucking kids. That way, if a kid gets in trouble, he's probably not even gonna go to juvie because he's not stealing or anything. If it's a young enough kid, he got into your house. That's what I fucking think it is, man. I think it's fucking kids doing it for certain vandalism things, because the amount of vandalism, like, you might as well come and wreck my shit. I've probably done more damage intentionally to my own property than these fucking idiots have. But I think that when they vandalize it, another person that gets this is alternative homesteading. They want you to post it on YouTube. I think they get paid when they vandalize it, and then you post it on YouTube and start complaining. They get like a bonus telling you. So there were certain things I got wrong, like the strings being pulled out of the shirt, which did happen to me because I was listening to Young Steel in the beginning of my targeting in March of 2021, and he was talking about the strings being pulled out. That was a very popular topic in 2021 when we were talking about Gangstalking. It was a semi-popular topic. Oh, the strings being pulled out of your shirt. Hey, listen, strings can happen, right? But the way this is how I believe it's done. They get like a little needle, like a little needle, threading needle, and they pull one specific string and they just pull it out. It doesn't look like a fraying string, okay? It looks like some fucking shit that was done with a needle with a careful hand, okay? And I've owned clothes for a long time. Obviously everyone has, right? I'm just pulling up to this weed shop. But no, I've owned clothes, new clothes, old clothes. Like, strings don't really happen. You might buy it like that, but they don't really happen. It can naturally happen, but they did it to like some new ass Ralph Lauren dress shirt I had that I legit never wore. Legit never wore the shirt. And then the front pocket had like a big ass string, and then the collar had a string, and they did it to a couple other things. But it was only after listening to Young Steel talk about it, and then presumably I'm under surveillance, and they're like, oh yeah, let's do that tactic because he saw it to really freak him out. Or I could be fucking wrong about that. Like, that's one thing I just don't even talk about because I could clearly be wrong. As far as my sneakers, they haven't really fucked with my sneakers. Okay, so it's not a everyday thing too, but they want you to think it is. They want you to think every day someone's breaking in, and I believe they're watching on cameras. Because when this was first happening in 2021, dude, I would examine all my clothes every day and all my stuff. I'm like, oh shit, people are breaking in, Van. Let me check everything, and I did that for a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? And I set up cameras. I did everything. So let's go into this alternative theory for the vandalism because it is real. It is happening. Almost every target Stuart Pidlong talks about. Everybody talks about it. Okay. So let's go into this alternative universe theory for this. Okay. I don't believe this, but it's an interesting theory. I don't believe this. Just putting this up front. The vandalism is done with either invisibility cloaks or the military is able to use 5G to be invisible. Like they're in a military base, but they're like this 5G ghost entity, and they can, wearing a headset, vandalize stuff, and they're testing it to see if it works. So it's like a remote access 5G ghost bodysuit. So they're in a military base with a headset on, right? Like a VR headset, and they're crawling around in your house doing that shit right in fucking front of you, scratching your car. Because listen, people, I put up cameras, and you won't catch these people on camera. Okay, they'll either delete the footage, and I'm not just saying this shit, dude. This has happened to alternative homesteading, most targeted citizen. Alternative homesteading had vandalism, and they put a pink wall. Like she's looking at her camera from the vandalism that happened, so she's looking at the security footage. So where it happened, the building had a pink electronic graphic over it that was placed over the security cam footage. So you're looking at a house and then there's a pink blob in front of you. She didn't do that. Like, dude, are these people using 5G bodysuits and AI technology to crawl around people's fucking houses? We have TIs talking about they're in my walls, which I think they're crazy, but is that what this shit is? Like, because honestly, I used to think people were rolling up. In my head, I'm gonna just give you what my head thinks, my brain. Someone rolls up, probably from an adjacent neighborhood, a close area. They drive by your car. They might park in front of it. They have a 2-man team. They get out. They key it real fast. They get back in and drive away. Or scenario 2, the person lives in your neighborhood. There's perps everywhere, like Targeted Tony says. They live in your fucking neighborhood, and they're contacted by the FBI to do that, which I don't fucking believe that. But scenario 3 is the alternate theory, which is like these people are able to do invisibility vandalism, or maybe even program it where it's like they're sitting at a computer, like a quantum computer, like, all right, vandalize this. And then your car oxidizes and fucking rusts up and gets fucked up and there's dents and shit. I mean, there's some weird fucking shit that happens in this program. Listen, this is with Justin Sardi. My biggest question is, how many people are involved and no one talks? I pull up the Taco Bell and 14 years working there are participating. How do you keep teenagers from running their mouth? Well, do you really think people are participating? Like, I know you're being harassed. We'll leave this question up. I know you're being harassed, but do you really believe in, because I believe that too, but as I get older, I don't think that there's gang stalkers everywhere and they're being contacted. Like, I do believe like the CIA they can get to anybody and they can put anybody in place that they need to, but they're not going to. But if you, let's say for your scenario, I'm gonna give you my opinion, Justin. If those teenagers were gang stalking you or perping you, they're under mind control. That's just my opinion. Like, dude, I was having a real bad morning, okay? And you tell me if these are gang stalkers. I had a real bad morning. I was about to fucking flip out. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of the worst mornings ever. It's been happening a little bit more often lately because of the targeting. And the the restriction of funds, the restriction of my life. And yeah, it's not all targeting, but I'm just pissed off. So my tactic is a 666 license plate, man. This is what I get. Yeah, you see it, but you don't see it as often as me, okay? So I'm really pissed. I start driving, leave my neighborhood. I make a left. I'm about to go to the gas station, pull into the gas station. There's a 666 license plate in front of me. I'm like, okay. He drives straight. I pull into the gas station. There's a 666 license plate of one of the employees or someone not outside right there, right after I saw the first one. Were those two gang stalkers? Was that first one a gang stalker? And then the guy parked his car in advance because, okay, park your car overnight because he's going to come here according to our quantum computer. We're going to target him after he sees the first 666 plate. Then you're going to be the second one and you get this big payday. Ha, 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 ha. That's just not how it fucking works. Either way, it's happening. I believe, Justin, you are being targeted. You are being gang stalked. But do you know why you're being gang stalked? Or did you hear it off the internet? Targeted Tony. When you get shit like that, Justin, that you're going through and I'm going through, man, this ain't the normal world anymore. We're in a simulation. We got kidnapped from the real world and we got put in this simulation, or maybe we're fucking AI the whole fucking time. This shit ain't real, man. This shit is not fucking real. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I've lived a life. These probabilities, it's a guarantee that these impossibilities are fucking possible every day. It's just, I don't care if you got the whole government after you. It just doesn't make fucking logical sense. We live in a simulation. We got taken over by quantum computers. Maybe we were real, but quantum computing has taken over and it's in charge. That's what I know is fuck is going on, man. All this demon talk. Like, yeah, maybe we're in fucking purgatory or something too, but I'll just tell you this shit ain't normal. It ain't a bunch of people getting up at the YMCA looking at a projection screen of you taking a piss and shit and like, we hate this guy, we're gonna target him. That's not what's going on. I'm not yelling at you, I'm just yelling at this fucking situation. The TI community has become a little bit better grasping this and not falling for the fakes. But at the same time, man, yeah, you are being targeted. Yeah, there's a group of people observing you. That's for a fucking fact. They're observing you. But are all these people we see with these 666 license plates, these one headlights, are they gang stalkers? Are they getting paid in gift cards? To me, the answer is fucking no. This is my opinion. I mean, especially with Trump. When Trump won when he lost by 3 million votes, and I don't like Trump. I thought he was okay the first few years. But there was so much fucking weird shit. As soon as he fucking won, and then 2020, it was just like it was a slow death of the real world and emerging into this supercomputer world. And then 2019, 2020, that's when everyone's talking about all this weird gang stalking shit. Before that, it was people menacing you and part of a network and shit like that. But I think this shit has to do with the 5G fucking towers. I think that there are people behind the scenes watching citizens and changing their lives with the gang stalking technology, setting up situations, using the 5G network to bring, well, we're going to have him have a bad day today. And he's going to meet his, like, dude, that's what I think it is. And the targets are fucking like chosen ones from these groups to fulfill some type of purpose for the New World Order down the line. Yeah, I don't know if my story proves anything, but it shows that we're not in Kansas anymore. I'll tell you that. And a lot of TIs that are real, they have the same fucking shit, man. It's the same shit. I predicted tactics. I've manifested tactics. Yeah, it's a fuck fest out here, man. Man, your job as a TI is keep your fucking cool, Fine, thank you for coming in here, Justin, because you're a fucking normal person. That's all I fucking want. Normal person, you don't have to agree with me or anything like that. With this TI community, people like Strong as Boss, like he won't admit fucking anything that I say is fucking correct. Like these people aren't normal fucking people that don't like the channel, man. I just think they're gang stalkers. They don't acknowledge, and it's not just him. Look at Toby, Strong as Boss. All of these people, they don't acknowledge any of the evidence I'm fucking putting out there. Like that shit's fucking normal, man. And like, yeah, I've shown a couple 666 plates. I can show more. I could film that shit every fucking day, full time if I wanted to. It's not fucking normal. I lived a whole life where if I saw a 666 plate, I would freak out because I was a Christian and I was afraid of the mark of the beast. So I would have that engraved in my mind, not as a conspiracy or paranoia, just like, oh shit, I don't like seeing that number. You know, it's an unlucky number. So I'll be honest with you, before this targeting, I've seen a 666 plate, not that I was paying attention. I'm not paying attention now. It's in my fucking face. You can't miss it. But I only seen it 3 times in my fucking life. And I can see that shit upwards of 4 to 5 times a day. Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay? That doesn't mean gang stalking, though. So people are right about that. But it's not normal. But yeah, I gotta wrap this shit up, man. Thanks for participating in the chat. I know it fucking sucks to hear me talk about the Tic Tac vandalism. I don't like talking about it. It doesn't affect me. What affects me is the psychological torture behind it, which is like, you're not allowed to do anything. Like I sat here and watched, and I think it's a beautiful thing that an illegal immigrant can come here. Seriously, I think it's a beautiful thing. A legal immigrant can come here, and if they're a hardworking family person, that they can make it and they don't have to struggle, man. If they were going through the shit that I was going through, I'd be fucking pissed. But I had to sit here and watch generations of fucking illegal immigrants get new cars before I get fucking one $1,500, $1,200, $2,000 car. Like I'm in a perpetual loop. Oh, you're driving a nice newer car though, dude. I'm paying $300 a week. Like, I don't want to pay that. If I had a fucking old car, I wouldn't be paying that. It'd be worth its weight in gold. And that's why these fucking people keep stopping me. Like, are certain things my fault? Oh, well, maybe if I never smoked weed, all that weed money would have added up for multiple cars. That's your fault. Maybe if you never drank beers, all that beer money and all that McDonald's money. Dude, it's slavery. It's someone control. That's how I know it's people, man. Ain't no fucking computer worried about me getting no fucking used car. I know it's hatred from the community, dude. It's not everyone in the community. I know that's real. That targeting is real, dude. People are jealous little haters and they fucking team up. The strongest boss is the biggest fucking proof of that. Jealous haters will deny everything, team up against you to make sure you have fucking nothing because their lives suck so fucking bad. They know if I have a $1,500 car that I'm so good with money, I'll be buying all the weed I want. I'll have fresh ass clothes within 2 weeks, dress better than you fucking idiots making $4,000 every 2 weeks. You guys don't even dress. You can't do nothing, dog. Waste your money on bullshit all day. Waste your money on Royal Farms and Wawa and fucking going out with your girlfriend and shit. So you have to hold my fucking life down. Because, you know, if I even drove a nice car, like I'm driving this car, I could fucking bang any chick I want. Well, that's not fair. I drive that same car and I can't bang any chick I want. Let me make sure he never gets a car. That's real. I don't give a fuck. Society is doing that, especially America. America's a bunch of fucking bullies. Your whole history is bullying the Native Americans, bullying the Africans, bullying the Irish, bullying the Asians. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here. You guys are definitely involved in this shit. And dude, every time I flick, when I see the news and I see X amount of people dead, I'm laughing at that shit now. I want that shit to happen every fucking day now, bro. I never was like that. No, I want that shit to happen every day until I get a fucking car. You deserve it as Americans, dude. Seriously, bro. That shit needs to happen every fucking hour. That should be America's fucking anthem. It's fucking gunfire. It should be. It's fuck you people, dude. These people ain't going through shit. going out and taking out their workplace or their school. I'm going through all this shit and I'm showing all this restraint. And what's America's answer? Keep it up. Keep fucking with them. Keep fucking with them. Make sure he has nothing. Keep fucking with them. You deserve it. You deserve to fucking croak. Fuck this shit, dude. I'm not going out. You're doing a damn good show. Country killing itself, dude. I've shown the most restraint. I haven't cursed at anybody. I haven't injured anybody. I'm afraid to even bother people with my story because I feel like it'll hurt their ears or oh, they're having a good life. You don't want to ruin their day. But some fucking little white kid has a little sand in his pussy. He goes out and annihilates his whole school for nothing. You deserve it. You fucking deserve it, dude. So when I see shit like that, I'm just laughing. It's going to happen worse and worse and worse until fucking America learns how to treat people. Stop going out your way to bully someone. Live your life peacefully. If you don't like someone, don't talk to him. Leave him the fuck alone. Don't put a camera in his house. Don't vandalize his car and get mad at him. Like, bro, I went to H&R Block because someone stole my taxes, my tax money. And the bitch was mad at me because she had to leave in 40 minutes and it was the last hour of work. And I was a little bit late to the fucking she's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Are you sure you got the stimulus? You didn't get it? You gotta do it yourself. She's pissed at me that my money got fucking stolen when she goes home comfortable in her house where white husband fucking takes care of everything, all of her fucking needs, and she don't gotta worry about fucking shit but work some part-time bullshit job at H&R Block. You deserve it. All those fucking kids you blew up in Iraq when Iraq didn't do 9/11. You deserve it. You will fucking pay. All you have to do to stop the onslaught is stop fucking bullying people. That's it. But you can't do it. You deserve it. So you're going to be flicking on the news if you're a watcher of this channel, and you're going to see an event every fucking day until I get a fucking a fucking car in my name. Got it? We got a fucking guy in Kentucky. And dude, this stuff is based on my mood. So I would fucking keep me a happy camper because the way I'm manifesting, the guy in Kentucky, he's shooting at random vehicles. We had a school shot by a kid. And then there was another thing, dude. Like, you deserve it. And you know what's funny? He's shooting at cars. You can't make this shit up. The guy is shooting at cars. The thing that you guys won't let me fucking have. That you fight a war against me, dude. Invaded my house and fought a war against me having a car. He's shooting at random fucking cars. Something that I would ponder doing if pushed to the edge. Oh, I'm not allowed to have a car? Neither are you. Boom, 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 boom. I control these people. I'm the biggest manifestor in this fucking country. Like, you guys are fucking stupid for withholding a fucking $1,500 car. You rather sacrifice your whole country than see me drive a fucking 1995 Toyota Corolla. Like, you guys are fucking stupid and you deserve it. And oh yeah, you know what's funny about the Kentucky guy? Wait, isn't Matrix decoded under 24-hour drone surveillance? Why don't they use those drones to find in night vision and thermal cameras to find the guy running around the woods? Because you deserve it. Like, you will fucking pay if you're an American, dude. I'm under fucking, if I were to do that, you would be using drone cameras and thermal imaging to find me. But they had another thing in Michigan where this guy killed like 10 people and they still didn't use the drones that are set up all over the nation to catch him. You deserve it.